everyone, it's Jego Reyes for CNN Philippines 10, where we break down major stories from here and abroad into bite-sized facts in 10 minutes. Heard of Maharlika Wealth Fund or MWF? That's no surprise since it's all over the news and social media lately. In Congress, there's a bill that will create the sovereign fund to be called MWF. Its initial 250 billion peso investment will come from the Government Service Insurance System, Social Security System, Land Bank of the Philippines, and the Development Bank of the Philippines. A number of groups, the administration's economic team, even lawmakers are divided on this issue. A lot have been sharing their thoughts on social media, so what's yours? In other news, I know our minds are already set for the holidays, but here's a little PSA. The Commission on Elections says voter registration resumes on December 12th. You may enlist if you are a first-time voter, transferring your registration record, reactivating your status, and correcting or changing entries in your record. For those overseas, registration also proceeded as planned at the Philippine embassies and consulates general. It's better to register ahead of any election. Remember, every vote counts. Private and public sectors honor cyclists during the National Bicycle Day and urge the public to give cycling a chance as an alternative mode of transportation. The Ayala Foundation has partnered with government sectors to recognize local government units that set up bike-friendly infrastructure.
It was just through the pandemic that we needed to jumpstart a lot of initiatives, meaning we were able to help a lot of our workers who need mobility at that particular point in time. Then again, it just gained so much alignment across other existing stakeholders, and therefore we're just harnessing what is common and what will be beneficial for the cycling community.
According to the Transportation Department, it has completed over 500 kilometers of bike lane networks. It also plans to set up bike counters to collect data on the number of cyclists.
Maybe in terms of percentage, we're quite far, no? But as we promote the use of bike, as we promote more active transport usage, no? We will be able to increase those people who will take this transport mode.
Aside from the upgrading and maintenance of our existing 654 kilometers of bike lanes, we will also expand to another 234 kilometers of bike lanes across 8 regions nationwide. And of course, next year. And of course, we want to also construct new programs for active transportation, new speed tables, similar to what you see in Bonifacio Global City, and a bike share system, and also a bike bridge.
For those driving south of Manila or at least going there anytime soon, you can look forward to a smoother travel experience. Why? Well, San Miguel Corporation is carrying out its seamless Southern Tollways program where motorists no longer have to do multiple stops when using the SLEX, the Star, and the Skyway. Toll stops within the expressway network have been reduced to just 2, the entry and the exit points. The program is just in time for the expected surge in traffic volume this Christmas season. From the roads to the skies, all travelers to the Philippines should provide their arrival information and health declaration through a single portal called e-Travel. The online registration platform replaces the One Health Pass. The platform can be accessed through etravel.gov.ph. And a reminder, registration is free. As more tourists continue to visit different parts of the country, officials hope to improve the overall tourist experience. That's why tourist rest areas are being built in premier destinations like Baguio City. Tourism Secretary Cristina Frasco led a groundbreaking ceremony along Cannon Road. This is the first rest area in Luzon and the 5th nationwide.
Baguio has always been one of the gems of tourism for the Philippines. We're very happy to help in their initiatives by adding a component to tourism that will make the travel experience of coming to Baguio even more convenient.
The one-stop shop will have a lounge, information desk, pasalubong center, coffee shop, and bathrooms. The tourism department aims to put rest areas in every region. In entertainment, folk pop group Ben and Ben has a new song entitled Dear. In a Facebook post, the band shares some few words about its new song, which it says was written after finding the deepest kind of love when it was least expected. Dear can be streamed via Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Music. And those very dear to parents' hearts are their children, no less. A child goes through levels of development which parents consider as milestones. But how do we really identify what these are?
Typical children would achieve certain milestones at specific time of age. So as parents, this could be a good gauge that our children are developing at par. Usually kasi we look at milestones from different domains of development. So that's gross motor, that's walking, language, and then the socio-emotional, cognitive. But I think important for our viewers to understand are the gross motor, language, and socio-emotional milestones. Usually there are ranges that we look at. Pero to be on the safer side, once that they notice na parang lagging behind, consult their pediatrician at once. I think for new parents, as we always emphasize, you have to provide good environmental stimulation. So younger kids learn through experience. So they have to provide materials that they could use to learn, and they should always talk to their children.
The traditional Paskuhan of the University of Santo Tomas is back. Here are the highlights and the sidelights of this year's activities. Since the pandemic, one of the most awaited events of the University of Santo Tomas ceased to be celebrated. But today, Tomasians, students, and alumni alike are here at their Plaza Mayor to celebrate this special event, ang Paskuhan.
Paskuhan is gathering of all Tomasians from all walks of life, from different colleges here in UST, and we are celebrating one Paskuhan for all of us Tomasians. This year's Paskuhan, we have the theme Pananabik, Pagbabalik, and Panunumbalik because we are celebrating here this special year because after the 2 years of pandemic, we are celebrating it all over again to reminisce what has happened before, and yet there is something new offered at the table because this year's Paskuhan is celebration of our hero in us. Because the main theme of this decorations now would be the Pinoy superheroes because we need to celebrate the hero in us in as much as Jesus has become a hero in his lifetime. We also have our own missions in life to share whatever you have, whether it is material, spiritual, even your presence. You could also share it with your own family. The pandemic has stopped everything else, our activities, and yet this year we are reintroducing our presence to each and every one of us.
So, Father, with that being said, where did Paskuhan start? How did it start?
Well, it started because our colleges have their own localized Christmas parties. And in the 90s, someone thought of having those local Christmas parties to be united as one so that we could celebrate the Christmas festivities as one Tomasian family. It's all about celebration of lights and concerts and singing. Let's go and celebrate together. Whether you're online, you're on-site, we celebrate one another because in celebrating Christmas is a celebration of one big happy family.
And now for a 10-second trivia. Which among these Christmas symbols has been in the Philippines for as early as the 1800s? Tree, lantern, wreath, or candy cane? The lantern, or parol, dates back to the 1830s. It was during the Spanish colonization when Spaniards brought Christianity to the Philippines. In 1908, Francisco Estanislao from Bacolor, Pampanga made a big Christmas lantern which we refer to as a parol. And that's it for CNN Philippines 10. I'm Diego Reyes, giving you news you can use, news you can trust in 10 minutes. Thanks for joining me today, and see you again next time.